YouTube, Megaquat. 5th of October 2011. This morning I've been researching ChemTrails, and funnily enough it led me to Project Bluebeam. Now most of us are familiar with Project Bluebeam. For those who aren't, it's NASA Project Bluebeam, and it is a theoreticized agenda to implement a new world government, a one world government. Okay, the tools of the new world order are for an international army, an international police force, a World Bank for the economy, a world government under the United Nations, a World Conservatory Bank for wilderness preservation around the world. That means all green movements will be melded into the new international bank or disappear altogether. A world religion where all church doctrines will be destroyed at the roots to be replaced by the new world religion of the age of Aquarius, which we are about to enter into. The world's 7 races classification for all human slaves who will fulfill predetermined work tasks, whether they agree to it or not. The world concentration headquarters at the United Nations for those who will not accept the new system. And the world agriculture and food supply control, which will control food and vitamin supplies around the world, which they're already implementing with Codex Alimentarius, as we all know. But anyway, this is the interesting bit. While studying the chemtrail issue and to what they were spraying, we'll get to that in a moment, I came up with Operation Bluebeam. And the important bit is this, because the first step concerns the breakdown of all archaeological knowledge. You know, trying to say that all our history is wrong, and they make up their own as to what's gone on previously. But it's the second part that interests me more than anything, and what I'm going to get to now. The second step involves a gigantic space show with 3-dimensional optical holograms and sounds. Now, for the minute, I'm going to go to the optical holograms, and I'll finish with the sounds. But this is the interesting thing. What they're trying to say is they can more or less project into the entire sky Jesus if you're Christian, Muhammad if you're Islam, and so on. And to go with that, they will introduce sound as well, so everybody in the world will appear to hear in their own language and see what they want to see. How would they do this? Something like this, it sounds unimaginable. But when I was looking at chemtrails, I came across this video, and it's a YouTube video by Douglas Bickford, and I'm just going to play this girl and listen to what she's saying, and then following the girl, there's a man who is telling another man about the elements that are found within the sky, what they're spraying. Let's listen.
There was mason jars, and they were brand new, sterilized, and that's what we catch the rain in. And then there was a HEPA filter that we tested the air with.
Okay, so you caught rain, and then you basically filtered air. What did you find?
Aluminum and barium.
Here's another test that's revealing 375,000 parts per million aluminum, barium at 3,090, and strontium at 345.
Yeah, that.
So we've got aluminum, barium, and strontium. Now, when I looked into those, strontium, I'm going to Wikipedia. Yeah, strontium has an extremely high refractive index and an optical dispersion greater than that of a diamond. Okay, and then further down, strontium and barium can be used in outdoors holographic 3D displays as a screen. So the chemspraying strontium, barium, highly reflective things which can be used in a holographic 3D displays. Further investigation produced this: 3-dimensional image reconstruction using strontium and barium. And then it goes on to say that simultaneous recording and readout of 3-dimensional holograms possessing easily observable parallax, the entire holographic process to occur at low light levels, and so on and so on. So they could well be, and this is all theoretical, but they could well be projecting or making the sky projectable, like one big giant projection screen, if you know what I mean. Now, do you remember going back to the Operation Bluebeam? and it was saying about sound as well, and I said I'd get back to that, holograms and sounds. Well, let's look at the JPL small body. We've all been following the Comet Elenin, but it was interesting to know that the producer of the JPL program diagram is automatic. So if you just go into automatic, and go into the Wikipedia, takes a while to load up. Right, so there's automatic, and interestingly enough, they're a video game producer. And look, we've got all kinds of things here. We've got Saturn, I've done videos on that before, UFOs, ladies being carried off. Right, so they are developed by Pangea, so we're going to Pangea. We see some big names here, Macintosh, Apple, so I pressed into Apple. Here we go, and the people involved, right, notable for then state-of-the-art sound and music synthesis, so pressed into that. And it's all to do with sound. These are experts in sound. So at NASA we've got all these sound experts, we've got graphic experts, computer graphic experts. It just seems too much of a coincidence, guys, you know. I mean, it's just something to look into. You know, what they're spraying in the air, strontium, barium, aluminium, could be used as a giant projection screen for Operation Bluebeam. So all this thing about a fake alien invasion and Project Bluebeam might not be so far-fetched as we think. Okay, just something to think about. And that's Mega, and I'm gone.